If you had to choose between watching Harmonious and Enchantment, which would you pick? Today on Walt Disney World Adults Only, I'll tell you about each and then give some of our presenters' opinions. Welcome, Your Royal Highness. I'm Carol, and you're watching Walt Disney World Adults Only. Thank you for watching our videos. The team love keeping the magic alive at Disney through our videos and vlogs. Please let us know if there's anything specific you'd like us to talk about. Today I'll be joined by Taylor, Jackie, and Courtney as to their preferences of which one they like and the best viewing location as far as they're concerned. Enchantment is found at Magic Kingdom. It's about a 15-minute show. It was a replacement for Happily Ever After as the 50th celebration, but now Happily Ever After is not returning after the 50th celebration ends, at least at this point. Many people were not happy about that because Happily Ever After was just such an iconic nighttime spectacular. It is a combination of pyrotechnics and castle projections, and projections now going all the way down Main Street, which was a huge selling point. It's narrated by Angela Bassett with the ending song of You Are the Magic. Songs include Almost There from The Princess and the Frog, Just Around the River Bend from Pocahontas, We Know the Way, Moana, Be Our Guest, Beauty and the Beast, Undersea from The Little Mermaid, You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story, A Whole New World from Aladdin, and Night of Bald Mountain from Fantasia, to name a few. Tinkerbell is still in this spectacular. So there's really a dilemma about where the best viewing location is. If you want to see the projections, you want to be as close to the castle as possible. But that castle actually hides some of the fireworks that are lower in the sky. So if you want to watch the fireworks, farther back is better. And if you're along Main Street, you can see those projections. And if you're farther back, you can see the full range of fireworks as the backdrop of the castle, which is pretty spectacular. But you're not going to see all those projections as clearly. If you're not interested in the projections and more about the fireworks, you can even watch far away from the crowds. Dinner at California Grill, watching the fireworks from the rooftop. Or on the beach at the Polynesian, sipping a cocktail, far away from the crowds. Now, if you're concerned about an optimum viewing spot, you might want to consider a dessert party around $99 where they have reserved space in the hub grass. But you still may have people in front of you with somebody on their shoulders. Now, Harmonious is found at Epcot. It is a 20-minute show. It is currently on at 9 p.m., but again, it changes by season and when darkness falls. It replaced Epcot Forever. There are several barges and a huge centerpiece ring that is visible during the day, and so that sort of blocks your view from the front of the park to World Showcase or vice versa, depending on where you're standing. There are 15 different songs in 13 different languages, and this was recorded during COVID, so a lot of these people have never ever met in person and still beautiful harmonies. Harmonious has a combination of water screens, which display the projections, water fountains, and pyrotechnics. The songs are based on themes of gather, celebrate, and unite. Songs such as How Far I'll Go from Moana, Go the Distance, Hercules, Arabian Nights from Aladdin. There's a Coco and Lion King medley, Touch the Sky from Brave, Reflections from Mulan, Dig a Little Deeper from The Princess and the Frog, and the prologue to Beauty and the Beast. So you'll find Beauty and the Beast music in both Enchantment and Harmonious. Now that main water curtain, that center structure, cannot be seen 360 degrees. So if you want to see that main structure, you're either going to have to be in the front of the park or in the middle of the back of the park. Dine-in packages you can watch from the Rose and Crown for $89. There's also a location at Spice Road Table where you can get a meal and watch the fireworks. Again, neither one of those is directly head on to that center ring. So those are the details of both extravaganzas. Let's turn to some of our presenters and see which is their favorite and where their favorite view is. Courtney, you're not a fan of big crowds. Do you have a favorite location that avoids the big crowds?
Yes, Carol. So my views of the fireworks shows tend to be from outside the parks. Most recently, I saw parts of each show from a restaurant at a nearby resort. For Enchantment, I was dining at Ohana, and for Harmonious, I was able to actually get a relatively decent view from Sebastian's at Caribbean Beach. Let's start with Harmonious. So I was eating dinner at Caribbean Beach. We had a late reservation and they were so kind to put us next to a table that was near a window and pointed in the direction that we should be looking when Harmonious began. Although I was not able to hear any music from the show, seeing the pyrotechnics and everything going up in the air, it was a really beautiful sight to see while eating our dinner. What I most wanted to take away from Harmonious though was the music. So it was a little disappointing that I couldn't hear it. Now let's talk Enchantment. We saw Enchantment from Ohana at dinner time. We were nearish a window, so we were able to get a really great view of the show. But what I most enjoyed was that the Polynesian will pump the music into the resort and the surrounding area. So that way you are able to feel as though you are viewing the show front row and like involved. I very much enjoyed the music for Enchantment. It was a lovely song and I even downloaded it after seeing it because I did enjoy it that much. So I will be driving down the interstate singing "You Are the Magic." Now, if I had to pick a favorite between the two, I'm not sure that I could right now and be able to give Harmonious its fair shake because I was not able to hear the music and actually see the full show. So for that reason, I won't be selecting a favorite until I am able to actually see Harmonious and hear the music, see the full show, and feel like I could decide between the two which is better. I will say that Harmonious does have a lot to live up to with Enchantment. I did enjoy it. It was fun. And of course, all the lighting and everything just really added to the show at the Magic Kingdom. Now let's hear from Jackie. Jackie, I think you have a favorite spot to see your favorite show. Where is it?
Yes, Courtney, my new favorite show is the nighttime show Harmonious at Epcot. My favorite spot for Harmonious is just outside the Morocco Pavilion on your way to Japan. It's right next to the Souk Al Maghreb gift shop and the Oasis Sweets and Sips. I've also seen Harmonious from the Rose and Crown Terrace. I had the dining package and we've done a video about that. We'll link it in the description below. However, I would not recommend this location Yes, you have a front row seat, but you cannot see any of the projections on that main ring as you are actually parallel with it. Also, there's a chance you may soil yourself at this location as the fireworks launch from the bushes below you. So that's my recommendation for Harmonious. For Enchantment, I had the after hours dessert party. Along with the treats and drinks, we had a reserved area in the hub. Okay, so between the two shows, my favorite is Harmonious. I may be biased though. Hear me out. I actually got to see a SpaceX rocket launch during my first ever Harmonious show. Before my trip, I had been following all the different rocket launches coming out of Kennedy Space Center, and there were a few for my trip. This one was actually pretty cool. I thought it was going to happen at 7 p.m., but it got delayed till 9:02 p.m., which, as you know, is prime Harmonious time. You had the music, you had the fireworks, you had the projections, and you had the very cool rocket launch over the Mexico and Norway pavilions. So as you can see, Harmonious is a clear winner for me. Taylor, is your favorite spectacular the same as mine?
Jackie, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but it is not. For the first time ever, my favorite nighttime spectacular is in the Magic Kingdom. I prefer Enchantment. I think it's known by everyone that Illuminations was my favorite show ever in Walt Disney World, so I had very, very high hopes for Harmonious. With all of this being said, I need to give it a second chance because we did the Spice Road dining package and had a terrible view. I mean, basically couldn't see anything that was going on. The lights were still on in the restaurant. You know, it just was not a good experience. I liked the music. I liked what I could see, but we saw Enchantment with the dessert party fireworks view, which was front and center. And even though we had a child on shoulders pretty close in front of us, which obscured some of the castle projections, it was just a really, really great show. I think I preferred Enchantment because of the music. In these nighttime shows, the music is just the most important part to me. So my opinion might change in the future depending on where I watch these shows from. Maybe I'll fall in love with Harmonious when I can fully see it and appreciate it for what it is. But for now, I am going to have to go with Enchantment. Carol, you've talked so much about both shows now. Is one more dear to your heart?
Yes, Taylor, I've seen both shows, and Enchantment just doesn't hold a candle to Harmonious. For some reason, Harmonious just tugs at my heartstrings. I love it. So Enchantment has nice music, but it just doesn't get me right here as I listen to it. It just doesn't draw that emotion out of me that Harmonious does. Now, my favorite location to watch it is probably near the partner statue, but I've also seen it from California Grill, and I've also seen it way down the end of Main Street by the train station. I did do a dessert party and actually met in the hub with Jackie where we watched it together, but we still had people blocking our view. Now, Harmonious, I feel chills when I hear that music. I don't know if I'm closer to a speaker and it's louder and that's what's giving me the chills, but there's just something about that music that gets to me. I would say you do have to view it head on at least once to get the full effect. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video on Harmonious versus Enchantment. Please tell us in the comments below if you have a favorite and where your favorite location is.
If you like this video, please hit like, giving us a big thumbs up.
Also, share this video with your friends. They'll love it.
Let us know in the comments down below what kind of videos you want to see from us in the future.
And please make sure that you are subscribed.
Hit that notification bell so you know when we release new videos.
We will continue this discussion in our Walt Disney World Adults Only Facebook group. There we talk about everything adult in Walt Disney World, and you can find the link for that in the description down below. Join us, you know you want to.
And as always, never grow up.